My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Alright, we got the password. Let's pray.
Good evening, Fortress Accident of St. Plain. This is the Eastern Chilean repeater station. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
Let's try this again. I think I may have the right password for the personal log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. And unlock the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with the call. Off silent.
Sleep well, Batman.
She says as her voice appears in the disappears rather in the world of static. Press print. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks like someone's journal. Read the printout. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used a crowbar to get in. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath. 4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for a while. I've changed Kim's voice again, apparently. Do you think the log might be connected to the case? A case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local... His eyes wandered to the various machines around him. Eccentric. Read the second entry. 6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fisherman. Said I shouldn't go near that place. That the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, alright. Still haven't figured out the electricity. Read the third entry. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Eska series? Something advanced. Why would she need an antenna? Why would anyone need any of the equipment around here? He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. Read the fourth entry. 8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard that others are back to making art, drinking somewhere out of town. Sulashore started a rock band again. Lexi has been asking for money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. Huh. When they got evicted, this is the company. This is the game company. When they got evicted, they came over here. There's artists, programmers, and writers. That's a games company, friends. I just have to figure out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out our backup when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone says it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right. A data loss? Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Somehow, something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. He adjusts his glasses. Let's keep reading. Artists, programmers, Lexi? Who are all these people? I think these are the people who worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw outside in the Doomed commercial area. They must be her former co-workers. Read the fifth entry. 12th, so this is 4 days afterwards. 12th February 51, brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see matinee people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Gonna get working tomorrow at 8 a.m. The strike. He strokes his chin. We're nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what that radio anomaly sent that first... I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent that person here in the first place. Read the 6th entry. Whoa, okay. That's, yeah, total 13 days, 2 weeks afterwards. A fortnight, if you will. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in the disappointment. but I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly in the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics. Is she talking about... The lieutenant looks to his right towards the silence. Read the 7th entry. 28th of Feb, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. The higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here. The pillar of silence. She is talking about the pillar of silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk? But what could it be? Look at the water basins behind you. The lieutenant's gaze... lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them, no ripples. Read the 8th entry. March. We're no longer doing days, apparently. March 51. Some kind of young disco-men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell. She must be describing a cell. The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes. Read the 9th entry. March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of the curse. How Martinez of her. That's me! I was the one who broke into that radio computer. And the storekeeper must be Plaisance. I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine. No, it was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. Read the 10th entry. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles, crackers, ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum, and some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer. Suna, the programmer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you rather, as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now, please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
The lieutenant whispers. She only needs a couple seconds, right? Is it rebooted?
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. Hey, are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She thinks to herself. She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized, rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back. Hey, I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
So she's got like a Fenno-Scandic kind of accent, like Swedish around there. Does not look like a big loss to her. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Lukanen Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
This is the point at which I have to say I can't do Swedish. It's real hard. I am Soona Lukanen Kilde. To me, it just always comes out as like Swiss. The former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RCA radios. I think like I'm so tuned to do French that like I'm having difficulty doing anything else in this series at the moment.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how can I help you.
She turns back to the terminal. Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager. That still doesn't answer what she's doing in the abandoned church. Have you seen the Crab Man? No. But you know he's around? Yes. It seems like you're not worried about him at all. No, you're right, I'm not. Her voice trails off as she bends over to tinker with the machine's printer. Have you seen anyone suspicious? Say, a woman named Ruby? What? No one's suspicious around here.
She hast not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Why are there so many machines in this place? I bought them here. They're my machines. Please don't touch anything. Why do you need an antenna? Point to it. I use the AR1 as my RAM prefix processing unit. RAM prefect? That's your radio computer, right? Mm-hmm. And the antenna is its processing unit? Yes, she sighs. You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? She's stopped working now. Clearly not. I don't really know much about anything in this world, to be honest. Alright, well, all radio computers perform operations up in the air, so in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. Wait, what's on air? On the front. On the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Intel in the Insulindic region. It's all around us. She waves her hand. That's what on air means. Like love. Are they explaining the concept of the cloud to me right now? And the AR1, is it a good antenna? She stops to think. I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Montenegro is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recognize it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, she turns back to her terminal. You should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing. She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves. What are you doing at the radio computer? I'm working. The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core, the light casting her face in a strange shadow. Working on what? Could you... She closes her eyes. Could you just... shh for a moment? Or get to the point? I need to focus on something. It's not just rudeness. It's really hard to concentrate on whatever she's needing to do. You're not helping. Isn't your RAM prefect radio computer made exclusively for government use? So you do know something about computers. She looks up, almost proud of you. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by government peeps. And you work for the government? No. So why do you have it? She inhales sharply before answering a single breath. Because I needed something good for my investigation, and the RAM Civic is widely agreed to be beyond all standards, so I had to upgrade. Besides, owning a RAM prefect isn't such a big deal anymore. No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see RAM prefects in every police department, for example. How'd you get your hands on it? I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the coalition. She says nonchalantly, scratching her ear. I was actually aiming for military-grade rational series, but I couldn't find one. She pats her glowing machine. Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as the RAM Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off, but it does have better compatibility with new antenna models, so I won't complain. What about those bottles of water over there? They are connected to my imperfect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks. She looks up. Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers. Right, I'll try not to touch anything. Next question. Good. She dwells back to the glowing terminal. What are you doing in an abandoned church? You really like those questions, don't you? There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes. I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions. I'm conducting a scientific research here. You can't throw me out, she says, ready to stand her ground. What research? I'm looking for a location of a 2-millimeter hole in the world. Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows but doesn't say anything. Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal? Yes, that's what led me here. She stares at the burnished antenna on the nearby table. But I suspect it might be a little bit more complicated than that. A hole in the world? What does that mean exactly? Exactly, what does it mean? There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls. Up until now, it has been impossible to say what it is, because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist? She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. Easy. You measure it by the world around it. Hold on a moment, did that mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it? Don't care about that line. You measure it by collecting its surroundings. Got that. That's the logic answer. I can't even begin to understand what we're talking about something that doesn't exist. I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it. I don't know. I'm not here for some science. No. Okay, you measure it by collecting data on its surroundings. Exactly, she nods. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I've those basins. I tried using auto transducers to record the silence to find out where it begins. Ah, hydrotransducers, rather. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water. But honestly, it's not progressing well. She grows silent, staring at the circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual. Do you have any idea where the hole might be located? Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume. She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch black heights above, but without much success. Only a faint crisscross of the rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark. Why there? There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decrease. I've named it the Swallow. The higher you go, the less you record. The Pillar of Silence. Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk? Maybe, but it's close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place, huh? That's where the Crabman lives. I know. So you don't think the Crabman might be somehow responsible here? No, I don't. She seems mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine. You said the research isn't going well. Why not? Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... She stops mid-sentence. You know what? It would be really helpful if you would just stop talking and let me work. That's all I need to know about the scary 2 millimeter hole in the world for now. Great. Her hands are a whirl on the keyboard. Hey, about that 2 millimeter hole again? The Swallow, you mean? She looks up, slightly irked. What about it? Nothing. How do you feel about anodic dance music? What? She squints her eyes. I hate it. I bet she hasn't even heard of it. Have you actually listened to it? Actually listened? Yeah, like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they? She pulls a face that looks absolutely scathing. Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but a sober mind, it just sounds like uninspired drug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. Right, but how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music? This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? She looks up, shaking her head. I got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. What do they want to build then? Take a guess, why don't you? I'm still convinced that they want to establish a nightclub for anodic dance music. They said it's their dream. Lead programmer sighs. Can't believe they got you so easily. Go and have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks. Good luck. The lieutenant nods. I'm not coming in there. I guess I'm just going to restart the conversation immediately afterwards, right? I'll let you lurk in peace. Start the conversation.
Yes. What is it?
Really? But I know! I've already... Ugh. Alright. This is probably like the first time I've done things in an order where the game was like, I don't know what you want me to do, friend. So I guess I'll go back. They're probably not going to have anything new to say, and then probably go back to her and she doesn't have anything new to say. I can't beatbox. I can only do the... So I can give some bass to the music listening to at this point.
Huh. I see you're here again, offside man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it? A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me? Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like. It's this one. Are you familiar with it? Show him the sticker inside the ledger. Seems like my creation's made its way into legal bureaucracy. What do you want to ask about it? What's this supposed to be? A dead guy smiling. What does it mean? Why is the dead guy smiling? He defeated history. We're living in the age of history. In the eyes of history, we are already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie and so are its deaths. The present moment is life and the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. He thinks. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats. I'm thinking maybe the smiling guy is a symbol for communism. It's also dead, but doesn't care. He considers this for a moment. Yeah, that interpretation holds. What makes the sticker so modern? Simplicity is brought to us by the classical Soleilist monism, and it was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. You come up with this stuff by yourself? Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all. I think we've exhausted the subject for now. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? What about now? Are the signs all right now? Nah, still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. What? You heard me. He examines the small metal bolt in his hands. Done with that.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
He looks excited. The tips of his hair are sharp and white. The bleach has consumed almost all of the toothbrush on the mirror in front of him. About the church, I checked it out. And what happens? He tenses up. I talked to the crab man. Oh man, who is he? What do you think? Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual. Really? Oh, interesting. What's he doing in the church? Something sinister going on under the building's roof. I think he's getting high or something. So he did say to imbibe. He was talking about some essence there. I don't want to draw. I think he's imbibing nothingness. So just preaching and praying from the looks of it. No matter. The paranoid young man mumbles gruffly. Is it going to be a problem? Yeah, Lloyd is right. Get back to point. What are we going to do about him? Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all. I don't know, man. Does it feel like a major interest to you? He rubs his jaw. A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have a hyper nice, friendly time. Don't worry, I don't really think he gives a damn about you or anyone else. I guess it's not a massive problem now I think of it. Everyone is welcome to dance until the morning light. Yeah! Maybe, I guess we'll figure out. But what about the other spooker? The one in the grandma's clothes? Did you see her? I was using mainframe when Soona, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared. A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? She did not like the Nordic dance club idea. What a pity. That's my favorite thing in the world. He drops a hammer back into the toolbox, and she doesn't like it at all. A shame. A shame. He sighs. What we do now? Do you see your way out of this jam? Into a laser-lit future dancing unity? Unity! Dance! She's made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished. And you can't just evict her? No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution. Look at you, Otter Man. No, he's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother. If that's okay with her. I only want to get into church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. Certainly want to spread some ecstasy. The lines in the dark exist. Coexist. Certainly want some lines. At least Crabman seems like he's an advanced being. He'll hard. He'll understand. Yeah, he can do his climbing in his tower. But the programmer, does she like dance music? She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it. Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment. And then he returns to the swing, the full swing of it. No worry. We'll figure it out. The man nods enthusiastically, then leans in and whispers, if coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her. He smiles wide like the replica of his friend with the large head. Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer. Anything to say to me?
Good morning, comrade. Yeah.
You've got nothing to say to me, but I love hearing you talk. See if you have anything new to say to me.
Hello again.
That's a no. I still haven't discovered the spot on the coast that would be good for a date, and I'm gonna have to ask Lillian out relatively soon. So I think I'm gonna march my way up here because I imagine there's not much left to this peninsula at this point. Just looking for a good spot. What is this? These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Wait, how far am I going to have to go? Hup! Land's End. Okay, so this is the end of it. Cool. This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. Look around. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The winds pick up here near the Cape's End, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. Reach for the trap. Nothing but locusts in this trap. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity. Empty as all of them, he pants. One more of these and we're done. His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. You getting tired? No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just... He's short-winded. The sentence ends there. Wait, I can interact with this again? Yeah, I can interact with it just to leave it. Got it. This might be a nice place. Oh, lighthouse! Cigarette butts. Cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tiamatri? Tiamatiri. You take a mental note. Tiamatiri. Seems important somehow. Glad I did. Someone made a campfire here not long ago. A rusted control box used for the radio relay tower. Scented scarf is -2 to physical instruments, but +1 to shivers. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind. Probably from a date? Wear it if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. Tiny inlets here, off in the far distance, where the posts trail towards. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay. Barely. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking a shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower? In the distance, you hear the breakers roar. I don't see it, Lieutenant WF. I don't see how a person could take a shot here and hit something there. He looks over in the east. Maybe in the... in the Welling and Rags. Maybe the assailant climbed the comm towers, took the shot there? It's not even possible to climb that tower. That ladder. And if it were, why? There's no platform out there to aim from. The lieutenant looks up, raising his collar. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires around this time of year. He looks around. Truthfully, this seems like a poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule it out. Be double prime, was it? What about the cigarette butts? Those? He points to them. A smoking assailant who favors Tian Mautiri to Astra or Duin. Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for old men. Still, you felt as if it was important enough to take a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast. Look over the water to the whirling in rags. There, 1.2 kilometers away over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance in air, you see the smallest rectangle. Barely visible. It's late. There's no light around the third floor of the whirling in rags. No shape moves behind it. Clausia must be out on the town. Finish that thought. Eventually, Kim's just going to say goodnight, right?
Yes?
Let's check this as well. Probably not going to be able to open that, but An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a very long while. You see a handle. What is this thing anyway? It's military. A service depot of some sort. You service what? The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. The lieutenant looks at the hunching concrete toad in front of him. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This may be it. It may have been used to service an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay. Could this structure have been used to take the shot? From here to the Welling? I can't see how. He looks southeast and blows away on his blows on his fingers. The church is in the way. I'm not gonna try that, but it's a red roll, so I need to be as prepared as possible before I take the plunge and see if I can get that done. I may not have discovered the right place yet for the date. So, it's going to be a little... We'll see, we'll see.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work. I don't want to make anything work. Her reply comes, her expression unchanged. Hold on, you don't want to make anything work? Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work. It's not the Enotic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident. Are you bitter because your radio game project failed? That's right. Something strange shines in her eyes. If we couldn't get our welcomes to happen, I don't want anything to happen ever again. There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. So her research isn't going well. I've discovered Fortress Accident. I've discussed Fortress Accident with the dice maker. And I've got my hands empty. This is the perfect suggestion roll. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out. Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier it's not going well. Maybe I can help with something. What? She looks up from her work, disorientated. No, I really don't need help with the project. But I could help you finish the project, and then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it. She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair. All right, she finally says, blinking twice. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workplace if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. Well, I'm going to ask all the questions before I give it to her, just in case I get into, like a composure roll or a encyclopedia roll. What's an offsite copy and why do you need it? It's a backup of my former employee's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one in the radio computer. She points to the glowing cube inside the machine. She's making it extra simple for you. The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filaments. Hold on. If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on site? If it's called an offsite copy, why is it still on site? Oh god, not this again. She takes a deep breath before letting it out. It's not on site, it is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all. Basement? That sounds technically still on site. And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident and had nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear? She stares at you with pleading, furious eyes. This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times. By old workspace, do you mean the studio, the fortress accident, the Doom commercial area? Yeah, that's the one. You can get into the bookshop. All you have to do is explain to the bookshop lady. Wait, bookstore lady? You mean Plaisance? That's their name, I believe. And where exactly is the offsite copy? There's a giant ice bear fridge in the building cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. She gives you a rueful smile. It's hideous. But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying... I found a note from the ice bear fridge. Why can't you go get it yourself? The bookstore lady hates me because I'm part of the curse, whatever that means. Why does she think you're part of the curse? Because she's from Martinaire. People from Martinaire have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. Don't be too harsh. That's only because of their socioeconomic situation. Yes, but she literally started paying to our powers when she saw my AM Civic. I'm not making this up. The lieutenant coughs like he's amused. Once I came in at 1 in the morning, only to find my terminal was full of the strange trinkets and amulets, words. Looked like some Semanan magic. So, what I need you to do is go have a talk with her. Say you're a police officer to get into the building's basement. Then bring me the offset copy, okay? I found a copy in the a note in the ice bear fridge. It said the offsite copy has been moved to a safer place. She freezes. Wait, I'm not from him. Did he specify where they took the filament memory? It said the offsite copy has been taken to the nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulishlo. Of course. She relaxes. Our project lead was Sulishlo Zawisa. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, she mutters. And the value of heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. The data loss was anomalous. She crosses her arms defiantly. And the heads. I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. She sobs. Go find that copy from the ice cream maker, will you? Thanks. Valley of the Thousand Heads? You like the sound of that. I found the ice cream maker, but couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen. This is getting ridiculous, isn't it? Can't you defrost it? I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out. There's a solution. She just doesn't want to hand it to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear. By the way, we put a dead body in the fridge. Wait, what? She looks alarmed. Whose dead body? You know, we wouldn't actually have to tell the entire world about the fridge, the lieutenant says, looking at you. Whose body is it? She demands again, staring first at you and then the lieutenant. Don't worry, I put it there, temporarily. It's all part of a police investigation. You put it in there. She leans back, massaging her eyelids. You put a dead body inside the Asper fridge. Asper fridge. Yeah, that's what I said in the first place. Okay. She presses her fingers into her eyebrow ridge. Very cool. Thank you for keeping me in the loop. We would appreciate if you kept that knowledge to yourself, miss. Who would I tell? My mother? She shakes her frizzy head. I don't have anyone to tell, and if I did, I wouldn't. I don't care. Is this the filament you're looking for? Show her the production schedule. No, that's the production schedule you stole from and accessed without authorization. She's tapping the table in a badly concealed impatience. I don't need it. In his defense, it was simply lying inside the desk door of an abandoned cubicle. Okay, but still. Thanks. She thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized primer! That's what she wanted to hand to us. That was the solution for that puzzle. Boom. Alright, and here's my Kvalsond multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, I think you can keep the Kvalsund. It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund. About the offsite copy, I'll go look for it. Let's go. Let's have a look at this Kvalsund. This is an advanced pry bar. A pry bar plus 2, if you will. I figured that from the name. Built by Kvalsund in Vasa. The number of gadgets hidden away in the frame of the yellow and grey multi-tool will stagger any technician. Equip this to open lock containers in the world. Fine, that's just what it says, I guess. Do I have thonks? No, I have no thonks. Oh my god! I don't have thonks, but I do have an end of an episode. That's sorry, I just looked across. Got completely blindsided by the end of the episode. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Discord Elysium. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.